Hi, you guys. I'm Lana Condor, and you are watching In Studio with The Hollywood Reporter.
So when we last saw Laura Jean and Peter, they decided to be an official couple. They're really going to be together.
Yes.
So for anyone who hasn't seen the sequel yet, kind of set up where we find them now.
So, yes, they're in a real relationship this time. No more fake stuff, which was very refreshing and fun. But they're in a real relationship now, and she says I've never been a girlfriend before.
I've never been a girlfriend before. I hope I'm good at it.
And it's really sweet because it's very accurate to first love, right? Like in high school, I didn't really have a boyfriend in high school, but I would imagine if I did that it's about learning about the other person, learning what do I tell them, what does it mean to be a girlfriend? How do I do this, So she's kind of just by trial and error learning what it's like to be in a real relationship with Peter. She's just trial and error and trying to figure it out, which is never easy.
And we know from the trailer that John Ambrose McLaren,
Yes.
one of the recipients of the letters,
Yes.
is in this movie and plays a role in the story. So what can you tell us about how he shakes things up?
Yeah, John Ambrose McLaren is in our sequel, played by the wonderful Jordan Fisher, and he's so talented. And just like when we were chemistry reading, when we were trying to find the perfect John, which was, it's a daunting task, particularly because I think a lot of the actors that came in to read, they had seen the movie or they had heard about the buzz of the movie at least, and so they knew the kind of the stakes of what they were auditioning for, and a lot of them tried to do kind of what Noah does. They almost tried to copy him a little bit because they thought, oh, it worked for him, so it would work for us. And then Jordan came in with a completely fresh, different approach to John Ambrose, and John Ambrose is basically kind of the male version of Lara Jean. He's more subtle and quietly charming, and he's kind of quirky, and I think that's why Lara Jean falls for him, because it's like falling for your best friend, right?
He has a very calming nature to him. I feel like whenever he's on screen, you just feel that calm that he makes Laura Jean feel, and he sort of radiates that.
Yeah, he's just so warm, and you feel at peace when you watch him.
Now, so I have seen the movie, and I loved it, so we're going to get into spoilers a little bit here.
Okay, cool.
And I feel like in this movie, Laura Jean is so much more confident, she's really come into her own, but she also has some insecurities she's dealing with.
Yeah, I definitely think that, she's grown from the first one, but she's still finding herself, and as all of us humans do, we continue to find ourselves for the rest of our life, right? But she's becoming more confident, but she's trying to figure out how to communicate. In the middle of the movie, I just kind of wanted to scream at her and be like, tell them, communicate. But that's the lesson that we're trying to teach is it's hard. It's really hard to have these tough conversations and to communicate. But ultimately, being truthful is and straightforward is the way to go.
When you talked about, wanting to yell at her, I kind of felt that same thing because she's so insecure about Peter having had a girlfriend before with her ex-best friend Jen.
Right.
And she's so in her head about it. And you want to be like, girl, you've got this.
Yeah.
Don't worry about her.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of young people can relate to what she's going through of being, oh, this is my first boyfriend, but he's had a girlfriend. So if you, Lana, could give Laura Jean one piece of advice, what would you tell her?
I would tell her, you're doing the best you can, but you just need to get out of your head a little bit. And I think that's what's so charming about her. In the first one, she does live in her head, and she's unapologetic about that. The world she's created in her head is a soft, beautiful, fluffy, beautiful world. And she's okay with living in there, but sometimes you gotta face reality and just communicate. Just open your mouth. It's so hard, but open your mouth and say and speak your truth.
Now, friendship is a big theme of this movie, and we really see that in that treehouse scene. So another spoiler. That took me by surprise. I did not expect Jen to be the one to come up into the treehouse.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the message of this movie when it comes to friendship?
I think I was so happy that it was Jen because I think as women, we need to support and love each other. And it is very difficult. Of course we're, it's human to be jealous, and it's human to be hold grudges, but I think that, at least for me, the female friendships that I've had in my life are the strongest ones that I have, right? And you might fight with your friend, but you also believe in other people's ability to grow and change. Because if you have, chances are they have too. So I'm hoping that, you know, if the viewers watch it, I'm hoping that, you know, maybe if a girl is having trouble in high school or they miss their friend and they had a big fight, I'm hoping that they realize, like, it's just not worth it. Reach out to them and be like, hey, like, a lot of time has passed, like, what's up, you know? And I think that was really sweet, because you kind of think it's, you know, you think it's going to be Peter or John, and then it happens to be her. And that was one of the best scenes to shoot, too, because she doesn't have a mother figure. She doesn't have a ton of them. And so having that girls' alliance was really nice.
Aside from that scene, do you have any other favorite scenes in the movie, or one favorite scene?
You know, I really loved the lantern scene. I loved that carnival montage. I loved shooting it because we rented out a whole carnival, so like all of the rides we could use, like I was all functioning. We rented out a whole carnival for a night, and basically that whole thing was just, the direction was like, just run around the carnival and like have a good night, and we'll just film it. And so it was like really authentic, and we had a lot of fun. Noah and I did shooting it because we got paid to just ride rides and have a blast. So I really like making that scene too.
And now you've already filmed a third movie, right? So
Yeah.
what can you tease about the third movie?
So we shot 2 and 3 pretty much back to back, which was crazy because I was like living to all the boys. I was just living it. But I would say that it's her, you know, it's her senior year, so she's trying to figure out actually what she's going to do for her future. Like making choices for what's right for you versus maybe what you want in the moment because you want to stay with someone. That's super difficult, right? And we always hear stories like, yeah, so, you know, this couple went to school together, but then they broke, so you don't, when they broke up. So I think that's kind of what I can say about it, is she really faces some real life choices. And what I love about the third movie is she fully comes into her own. Like, it's a full beginning, middle, end. And that, for me, was great as an actor because I had all the time in the world to play and to grow and to feel good with the way that we ended things.
So this is the perfect Valentine's Day movie.
Yes.
It comes out right in time for Valentine's Day, and obviously Valentine's Day plays a role in the story. So I'm gonna do a little Valentine's Day Q&A.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay, so if your Valentine were to send you a singing telegram, what song would you want it to be?
Boys to Men on Bended Knee. That's the one. That's a good one. But you need like a bunch of singers to that. Yeah, but that would be a good one.
Describe your perfect Valentine's Day date.
I think, honestly, just staying at home and like ordering pizza and watching a movie. Like, it doesn't take a lot for me. And also, like, sometimes when you're like running around and working so much and going all over the place, all you crave is stillness and quiet. So like just a perfect like snuggly night would be nice.
Would you pick Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day?
I feel like Galentine's because like your girls will always be there for you, right? Like you're like, there's strength in numbers. You're like, your girlfriends will always be there for you, and you can't, you hope that so will your man, but you never know.
Last one, then, describe your perfect Galentine's Day party.
Korean face masks, lots of wine. Yes, wait. Yes, no, first I would make Moscow Mules, then lots of wine, and then we would watch an action flick, because I love action. We'd do that, and then we would sit around and we would spill all of the tea, and then we would feel fulfilled because we've gotten all of the gossip, and then we'd fall asleep.
I love that. I want an invite. That
Yes, okay,
like
perfect. It sounds
Valentine's
good,
Day.
right?
It
Yeah.
does. Thank you so much for talking to me, and you can check out To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You on Netflix now.